Welcome to the Writer's Block, our weekly look at all things sports, anything sports. We'll talk about it here on the Writer's Block. I'm Jenny Carlson in the studios of the Oklahoman, joined by Cedric Golden in the studios of the Austin American-Statesman. Hello, friend.
How are you, J. Carr? Good to hear from you.
It's game week, so I am fantastic. We'll get on to the games here in just a minute, the college games as that gets off and rolling. But first, the big news, Cedric, people still buzzing about Andrew Luck, his decision to retire, the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, franchise player, great player, but often injured, announcing during this preseason he is stepping away from football. People talking about the most shocking retirement since Barry Sanders, Cedric. I mean, this really was, I think, surprising for a lot of football fans.
Yeah, and I don't blame Andrew Luck for walking away, Jen. I was watching, those people were booing him when he's walking off the field when the news was starting to get out there that he was leaving. Let this kid live, 29 years old, and he's given you his heart and soul, played a full year hurt. Let him live. He's made his money. He has an engineering degree from Stanford. I know it's a tough position to put the team in, but you got to put your health first. And I think that Andrew Luck has made a smart decision. I think that he still has his marbles, which is a good thing. He has money, he has youth, and let's not get it twisted. I think he'll be back in a couple of years, but good for him to take a step away and make sure that he's not only physically healthy but mentally healthy as well. He didn't sound good when discussing what went into that decision.
Yeah, and I do think you're right. I was going to say the mental side of things, while obviously it's the physical side that is forcing him to do this with all the injuries, trying to get these current ailments in a place where he could play this year. I mean, that's obviously at the heart of this, but you've got a guy that's talking about he's lost his joy for football, just not in a good place. I mean, I think more and more, Rob Gronkowski, the Patriots tight end who walked away over the offseason, spoke this week, and wasn't because of Andrew Luck's retirement, but just happened to be doing an appearance. And he talked about the dark place he was in terms of his relationship to football and just life in general with the injuries and different things he went through before he decided to walk away. So, I think that I think this may be something we see more of. I mean, these guys, the money that some of these top players can command, if they say, you know what, this isn't fun anymore. I'm not having any fun getting up and going to work and putting myself through this. We talk about mental health in this country and the mental well-being of people in general. Cedric, you mentioned people booing Andrew Luck and people that have called into question his decision. I mean, if we're going to get serious about people being in a good place mentally, we can't stigmatize people for making a decision to be happy. I mean, I like you said, I know it may put the Colts in a tough position, but if he's in a better place as a person, what's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. And the old saying goes, Jen, life is short. Oh, yeah. No, it's not. Life is long.
Yeah.
It's long. And do you really want to be beaten up for your prime? Gone are the days when you had to play 10 or 15 years to make some money in the NFL. The money's so good now, particularly at the quarterback position, that if you play 4 or 5 years, you're going to get some good money. He played 6 seasons. Good for Andrew Luck. And I saw the Gronk presser, and Gronk was very emotional, saying how the mental toll it took on him getting beaten up every year and having to try to rehab injuries, playing hurt, doing it for the team. I'll tell you what, if someone gave me the money that Andrew Luck has made in the NFL, and said I have to quit now to preserve my health, I would probably leave in the middle of this sentence.
Yeah, and it's really going to be interesting to see as time goes on. I mean, clearly a lot of these guys, they haven't lost the joy. They still like to play the sport, and they're going to play a long time. But you wonder if we look back in another 4 or 5 years, are we saying, hey, maybe Andrew Luck, maybe Rob Gronkowski, we're at the front edge of guys deciding, you know what, I've got enough money, I've had enough time in the league, it's time for me to focus on myself, my well-being, my family, whatever the reasons are that they feel like it's the right decision. Maybe we look back at these guys maybe not being so much outliers. I mean, if you think about shocking retirements, and the last time we had something like Andrew Luck was Barry Sanders. That's been a while ago, friends. So, if maybe it's something that isn't every 20 years, maybe it's happening every year, every couple years that you see somebody with Andrew Luck's type of, standing on a team within a franchise saying, you know what, I need to do this different. I'm going to step away. He's leaving money on the table, folks. Let's not forget that. So this it had to be a decision that had a lot of layers for Andrew Luck to say, I'm done, I'm walking away.